Greetings from Berlin. We are talking about something really exciting, something that is very fulfilling, a vast opportunity because it's a completely untapped market. We're talking about establishing a trading network which is based on very, very simple equations, completely data-driven, and works with a robust franchise model, which is Mwingi. And Mwingi is Swahili and it means abundantly available. Okay, next slide, please. Who are we? My name is Andreas. I'm a serial entrepreneur and impact investor in Africa. I've been doing this for 15 years. I've had some quite exciting ventures, mainly in East Africa, some very profitable companies, and Mwingi is my latest and most beloved baby. Manuela is a very senior operations manager working in large corporations and in startups on 3 continents in Asia, Europe, and Africa. And we've been working together for 5 years and know each other very well and have our backs. And last but not least, we have Brenda. Brenda is in Kenya. She is completely operational. She has vast experience in last mile retail management. It's the 3 of us. We are the founders. We are the shareholders together with 1 angel investor. So it's a small team, very, very, very easy and easygoing. What's the problem? The problem is, imagine you are in rural Africa. Imagine you are in one of these movies where there's just vast landscape and there's nothing. There's no roads, there's no big buildings, there's no infrastructure. And then there's small villages. And in these villages, there are very small shops. They're mostly run by small families. And these families don't have money, so they cannot buy product. Since they can't buy product, they can't sell product. They don't have access to affordable products. So whenever they want to get something, they have to somehow make it to the next bigger regional town on a motor bicycle, on a bicycle, maybe on the back of a truck, and buy whatever they can. So there's no reliable supply chain. There is absolutely no efficient financial controlling. It's a day-to-day business. People live from the hand to the mouth. And that's unfortunately leading that shops are very often out of stock. So customers don't know if they go to the shop now and it will take them several miles to walk there if they even get product. So sometimes they walk and they don't come home empty-handed anyway. And then products are quite expensive because of the high transportation cost. And that's an absurdity because the poorest people, they pay the highest prices for very often low quality products. And that's what we call the poverty penalty. Okay, next slide. How are we addressing this? It's, we've been doing business in Africa, and everything that we do needs to be simple, resilient, very robust. So we are following 5 key operation principles, and we've been inspired by some large retailers here in Germany. One of them is Aldi, maybe you know them. And this is number 1, focus on whatever is essential. Focus on few FMCGs. We've heard this in the last pitch, which are very, very essential. Price them fairly and make sure they're always available. Secondly, establish an IT system which goes through all of the supply chain and manages everything from procurement, logistics, inventory, and then the sales. Thirdly, we pre-finance the stock that we give to our franchisees. And that means that our shops are always fully stocked. And we are tracking this with a powerful, simple, and proven point of sale system, which is tailored to our needs. And lastly, we are aggregating the buying power from whole communities. So we buy in bulk, we buy in huge quantities, and therefore we have better prices. And we can also bring some of these products to other local traders in the region. Next slide, please. So what we are doing to aggregate the buying power, which is really key in this whole equation, is that we are not only delivering to our franchise retail partners, which are the small shops that we basically own and we sustain with products, and our franchise operators, they operate them. But we're also selling to independent retailers who we provide with very few and very selected FMCGs. And they can buy them from us, they pay cash, and we deliver to their doorstep. So the conundrum and the challenge that I mentioned to you before, no product available, lack of stock, always travel to the next regional city and so forth, no longer exists. We are currently, with a small organization of just 4 people on the ground, delivering to over 200 independent retailers on top of our currently 8 shops that we are independently running with our franchisees. So we have more customers. We're delivering to tens of thousands of private customers every day, and we have a far better reach. Thank you. Next slide, please. Oh, there you skipped one. So how do we manage all these thousands of transactions that we have every day? We manage it with a very strong and a very simple, intelligent data management, which we have tailored to our needs. Because retail is detail, and it needs continuous monitoring. As I said, starting with procurement, logistics, sales, inventory, and stock. We have real-time data, so Manuela can see whatever sales we are making at her desk in Munich every time once the sale is done, and we have full transparency on all levels. And by this, we, by the way, also pay VAT to the Kenyan government, and the Kenyan government loves us for it, because we are operating in completely informal market where people don't really know what tax is about, and we're paying VAT. So that's a big upside for the government. Okay, the next slide, please. Here you can see our shops. You can see our customers. These are Maasai. You can see it by the very interesting ears and how they shape their ears. They come to our shops. They walk those many miles to our shops because they know that Mwingi, our shops, they are never out of stock. We always have stock, and we are always selling. We're always open. And that's why we have so many customers. Next slide. So our performance is quite impressive. Since June of 2019, where we incorporated our company, we have delivered 680 tons of products. We have a current turnover of $60,000 per month, $60,000 per month, just with a team of just 4 people. And our turnover in 2021 is going to be $700,000. So, this is Africa, this is Kenya. So, you can, 700,000 in Kenya would be an equivalent to maybe 7 million in Germany. So it's quite impressive. Next slide, please. I'm really trying to keep this short and concise. So we are raising 850,000 in equity to ramp up from our currently 8 shops to 100 shops within 18 months, with an annualized turnover of $10 million and meaningful profitability. So we will be profitable with the 850K that we're raising, half of which is, by the way, already subscribed. We will therefore thereafter raise another $3 million, and then we'll scale to 2,000 franchise shops with a projected annual turnover of $240 million and an operational result of $9 million. So we'll scale fast and we'll scale deep. And then, of course, it's a Pan-African play, and sky's the limit. I try to keep it as short as possible, and very happy to take your questions. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. As again, any questions, please pop them into the chat. I'm sure Jenny here can let me know what they are. And similarly, anyone in the room has any questions, feel free to stick your hand up and ask. And then in terms of the shops that you have at the minute, are they becoming profitable themselves as independent retailers?
All the shops are profitable. So that's our equation. Once, one shop costs us $1,000 in capex to turn it into a Mwingi shop. And we have a monthly turnover per shop of $2,500 with a 20% margin. So after 3 months, it's basically break even. And all of the units are profitable, because that's quite important, because our franchisees, they live off the profits that they're making. And that also answers the question of Gillian McColgan, what's the franchise fee? We're basically sharing the profits with our franchisees. So we're in the same boat. They make what they sell, and they make what profit they generate.
Oh, so did you see the other question about competition?
Yeah, the franchise fee. Yeah, I tried to answer that.
Yeah, is there much competition in this space?
No, there's no competition. It's a completely informal space. And again, you know, picture vast landscape, and there's very, very little going on. There's just informal traders who occasionally come and sell something from the back of our truck. But we have a physical presence in the village. We are there to stay, because for us, these villages are thriving communities, and we'll grow together with our customers.
How will you market then wider across Kenya and other?
Manuela and I, we've run several businesses, and we were quite active in the past 9 years in several jurisdictions across Africa. We've been doing business in 10 countries in Africa, always establishing retail chains and retail markets. So this is something that we're quite acquainted to. So we already know where we are going to go, the communities where we are going to set up our shops. We know the next jurisdictions. It's pretty planned out.
Brilliant. We have a question in the room from David. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're working with local suppliers. Of course, we know our suppliers very well, and the great thing is, it's tragic, but Kenya is completely poor in cash. There's no cash available. Everybody buys on credit. We are the only company that is buying with cash. So we get the best products for the best prices, because we just come with our truck, load from our suppliers, and pay cash. So we're always premium customers. And to answer your question, it's always local suppliers.
Very good. So one other question?
Wow, I didn't hear that, sorry.
Which currencies are you trading in?
Oh, we're trading in Kenyan shilling. And Kenyan shilling is a very stable currency, which can be freely traded and also exchanged into a hard currency. And that's also the reason why we decided to do the first country as Kenya, because the currency is so secure.
Excellent. And do you have plans to expand in the other countries in sub-Saharan Africa?
Yeah, we have an expansion plan. We know which countries we are going to, and we're very happy to share this with whoever's interested.
That's brilliant. Look, thank you very much. If anyone's interested, get in touch directly with ourselves, and we can make direct introductions, and hopefully we can help you make them take the next steps. Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's been a great pleasure to spend some time with you guys. Thank you so much.